The Alambre tacos were my favorite. Char grilled Angus skirt steak, bacon chili torrellados, melted queso mixto, and pico de gallo and cilantro. I am filled with poorly made lo mein. It's my fault. I made bad lo mein last night. Not bad. It was still edible, but it wasn't much better than just throwing shrimp into ramen. I made feasible lo mein last night, and I am full of it right now. And I still could muscle back one of those tacos if you just handed it to me. Know that somewhere... Ooh, I need that. Know that somewhere, champion, Danny Trejo is smiling and he doesn't know why. Somewhere, you made Danny Trejo get into his car, going to a script read, and he just went, huh, and then got in his car and drove away, or had somebody drive him away. Danny Trejo strikes me as the kind of guy who still drives himself. In my mind, it's like, if he doesn't drive himself, it's because he deserves the rest in between jobs. If he does drive himself, my thought is like, well, of course he does. He's not gonna get, like, he's not gonna choose to be pampered like that. Either way is correct. Yeah, Chaos, I was talking about you. I was noticing all the recommended, suggested gifts. I won't be able to do the fire pits, because I won't be able to pick my fire pit until after I see what the... Like, we don't even know exactly which stone we're using yet. They're gonna come by with samples and help us sort through that, so I can't really pick a fire pit until after I've seen what the backyard's gonna look like. And then Glitch also just got me 2 big-ass bug repellents. And I actually have a dining set. What I'm looking for, what I'm trying, and this is another thing I won't be able to get. This is another thing I won't be able to get until I see what the back patio looks like, but let's see if I can find it. I'm just gonna click the first one I see. I don't necessarily want it to be a U like this, but I think when all's said and done, it's gonna be, over here is gonna be the pergola with the dining set that we have. And then on the other side of the patio, I want to have, like, I'd pull these off and just have, like, chairs and a couch and then a fire pit. And then, yeah, so in a U shape, it'd be back door, grilling area, pergola with dining stuff that we already have, and then fire pit area. But I won't be able to pick that either until I see what kind of stone we pick. So anyway, these are all like good non-Mimi suggestions, and I feel obliged to give you praise when you do things that aren't a 27-pound gummy worm. But when I reject all those gifts, I want you to know it wasn't because they were chosen poorly. It's just that some of those are duplicate items for things I already have, and the others are all contingent on what kind of patio I pull together. 26-pound gummy python. It's not a worm, it's a goddamn snake. Yeah, Throne's pretty cool. I like it very much. I'm gonna go back and get this key just so I know I have a key. Yeah, Throne is pretty cool. They basically sold me on the ability to get stuff from places that's not Amazon. Champion, I'm talking with Noah to talk to them about, like, just making sure that they can do gift cards. Because I love the idea of doing gift cards to local establishments. And I got the idea from us talking about, I mean, for crying out loud, Belmont Butcher, which is one of the nicer butchers in the neighborhood where I live, is the kind of place where if Champion was like, hey, you guys need to do some dope cooking on those grills, let me get you, you know, meat instead of having literally steaks with a carbon footprint of being shipped from Yamaguchi Prefecture in Japan. What we can do is, I'd love to be able to support local. Belmont Butcher is the nicest butcher near where I live, and they're currently closed right now because despite always having COVID protections in place, they had a COVID outbreak in their staff, so they're shut down indefinitely. They're gonna come back, but like, I'd love to be able to support a company like that while they're in this like incredibly grim time. I'd love to be able to grab gift cards. Okay, that's which fancy ass thing was that? Was that the Belmont? No, it wasn't the Belmont Butcher thing, was it? Hold on, that was something with cheese on it. Oh, that was Belmont Butchery. Yeah. Sorry, that was just like the default. That was just the default. I want to make sure that they'll do that because it's a digital gift card. There's no physical shipping, so there's a part of me that's like, well, I understand that you guys have a business to run. There's a part of me that wishes they would do digital gift cards for free as just a gesture of goodwill. But there's a part of me that's like, man, I hope they do digital gift cards at all because ultimately it's very low effort and it gets you to a place where you get to support local places. Especially like a company that is currently closed because of a COVID outbreak and is probably sweating bullets, you would imagine, right? If you do it for free, it's kind of money laundering. Yeah, I can see that. In that case, I have absolutely no problem with them putting... There's a part of me that's like, if I was a user, I'd be skeptical about, like, is there an upcharge on this thing that I could do basically for free? But, like, I guess the upcharge is I love the fact that there's a notification that happens, and if you just buy me the gift card, no notification happens, and we don't get to have that, like, conversation about, like, oh my god, that's so cool, yeah, that, you know. We're supporting a local company, oh, what are we gonna cook with that? And then the conversation actually gets going. Throne purchases as per the norm goes to bad rats, pretty please. So anywho, I don't know. So somebody was saying the other day, I think Champion and I had this conversation, but I think maybe Rini brought it up, talking about how cool it would be to have community stretch goals, where if you've got something that's $10,000 and your channel doesn't have a champion who's off his fucking hinges some days, that you could have people who would say, like, I understand that, you know, once I give this money, it's gone and the goal may never be reached. But, like, having something where somebody's like, oh, well, I need, I don't know, a fancy mountain bike or whatever. I don't know what costs money anymore. The entirety of life is lost on me. I have no comprehension of life anymore. I'm going to Dogma so I can just keep going. But anyway, yeah, the idea of community stretch goals would be really cool too. I went and put affordable sakes on there. Damn it. I'm testing the water with some stuff because I'm gonna be the guy who stress tests Throne. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be the guy where they go, okay, well clearly the overwhelming majority of the orders are gonna come from Etsy and Amazon, and once in a while we'll get some kind of out there thing that we'll have to deal with. I'm gonna find out what this company is truly capable of. I'm gonna find out what this company really can do. I put wines from wine.com. I've put sake from Tipsy Sake. We're gonna find out like how committed they are to truly ordering whatever we say as long as it's not on that banned bad for business list or whatever. Poke the green screen. Oh, look at that. I just need. It's not the green screen that needs to be poked. I need to. That's my point. In my opinion, we're doing them a huge favor by creating all these fringe cases. Oh, no worries, Vlad. If I had known about that, I'd have fixed it sooner. I appreciate you finding that. That's the kind of thing that would bother me as well. The Tesla was an edge case. We talked about that. So, Champion, this is not me trying to bait you into a vehicle, but it is me saying we were talking in Discord the other night about whether or not, like, we'll say Smashley's Tosla. We were talking about whether or not Smashley's Tosla was the kind of thing that you could convince, not you, but like the editorial that we could convince Throne to put on the list. Obviously, logistically, that's way different than getting a toaster off Amazon. But the way we all saw it was, what a win that would be. Like, if you were willing to accept the nightmare responsibility of fulfilling that. If The Price is Right can give away a car, then what a win that would be on, like, social media from a PR standpoint. You absolutely would get, like, Kotaku writing about, like, stream gifting service allows viewer to buy streamer a vehicle. That would 100% get you on the news. At the cost of some paperwork headaches and some time. And you'd still make money off of it. Like, you'd still be able to, depending on what the rules / laws are, you'd still be able to provide a service charge for all that. I think that makes the fetus bigger. I can't help but think that we are strong now. Y'all better not disrespect the Tosla. I love that idea too much. The Tosla's a great idea. I'm one of those people who looked at Smashley in utter disbelief, where I was just like, this is like pimp my ride. Like, how in the world would you ever tell Exhibit that you weren't willing to take an expensive upgrade to your car? Can't do it like this. That was the same thing, like, I never know exactly when Champion's memeing and when he's not. Same thing with, like, Glitch and JJ Madison. I never know when they're memeing and when they're not. God, we hit like a fucking dump truck. So I always have to take it with a grain of salt, but when Champion said, if I buy Amber's car, do I get to pick the vanity plate? I said yes before Amber could consider it, because I didn't want her to stop it from happening. I was like, baby! Who cares if our vanity plate says Limp Bizkit? I don't care. We'll explain it to people. It doesn't change the fact that a car still ended up in your hands, and all you had to do was accept the keys. Hear me when I say you just... Was it, Ray? Was it... oh god, I'm gonna sneeze. That's the booster making me hip. I'm gonna leave the music playing in the background.
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
That's it. Ray, when someone asks if you're a god, you say yes! Amber, when a high roller asks if you want a car, you say yes! Wow, we are slapping the shit out of everything that lives and breathes. Have you seen the new Ghostbusters movie? No, I haven't seen a movie in theaters. What did we decide was the last movie I'd seen in theaters, chat? Oh, I want that. We went back and looked all the movies up.
Degas.
No, I saw Shang-Chi on streaming Disney Plus. The Drive-In was the last movie I saw outside of my house. We went and saw Free Guy at the Drive-In. Yeah, when I begged them to bring out the Fire Lady was the last time I was in a theater. Shang-Chi was an awful lot of fun. Y'all gifted us so much coffee that we didn't think we would possibly ever finish it. We had coffee stored everywhere we could hide it. And then one day, like 3 weeks ago, Amber and I had a moment where we were like, it's Sunday, and I don't have to stream. Let's take a minute and make some really good coffee. And then we went to the cupboards and realized we didn't have any good coffee. Like we had finally finished all the beans, and we were genuinely sad. Why would you have a song with broken glass? Why, to use as a wrestler's intro, of course. And his name was John Cena. Traegers are awesome. We use ours as an outdoor oven during the summer. It keeps the house cool and the food is rad. I'm excited. I didn't realize I was excited. And like I said, you know, push comes to shove. Like any normal person would have to. I will gleefully pay for my own when the time comes. But I didn't realize I was excited about having a smoker until the conversation started of actually about, you know, getting a smoker. Now I'm realizing I'm genuinely jazzed up. Okay, that's... We want to get that, but we don't want to get that until the very end. We don't want to get that until after our work is done. There are some coffees I'm probably going to suggest to the list because they're the ones I live on, and besides being damn good, the names are just fun. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm working on reorganizing our... We had our beer fridge removed because it just struggles with being cold. Oddly, it struggles with being cold in the winter, and then also struggles with being cold during the summer. So I'm trying to find a new storage fridge for our backyard, or for our attached shed. But I'm also trying to get like some sort of like pantry style storage solutions pulled together. Right now we just have like a wire grid, and on that wire grid our food stuff just sits out. Now I guess if we get like rodents in there, it's not going to make any difference whether or not we put it in a particle board, Big Lots covered, or just leave it sitting out. It just won't matter. You know, if mice get in there, they'll eat just about anything. We haven't had any trouble with it or anything like that, but Amber's always been a little bit bummed out that we don't have like a pantry, like a walk-in pantry in this house. Our pantry and our laundry are the same space. So we make it work as best we can. But I'm genuinely trying to task myself to come up with pantry solutions in the attached shed where the beer fridge was and will live again at some point. So that I can have a bunch of extra coffee just kind of hanging around so that we never truly run out. Oh, you rat bastards. Oh, somebody got the microplane? I don't have to explain to you what a microplane does. There's our hangman card. That's the whole reason we came back here and found this room. Sorry, I got Isaac excited for a second. It does need some sort of alert noise. So unfortunately, at the moment, I'm hooked in through Streamlabs. I'm sorry. I don't like it either. And the Streamlabs one has no customization whatsoever, so it just is what it is. There's a Stream Elements one, I have to look a little more into it, but the problem with the Stream Elements one is I don't think it shows the item that was purchased, and I like the picture showing up. So I've got to fiddle with this. I got to fiddle with this during... Here we go.
Hanged man.
I got to fiddle with this during my day off tomorrow, possibly while I'm just kind of kicking it at my in-laws' place. And see what my options really are. I'm excited about the microplane. I put that shit on there for me for a reason. It's the microplane's just a little... I could run both, but I get double notifications when it goes off. I don't know. I'll have to, like, again, it's just one of those things where I just haven't had the downtime to look at it. I haven't had the downtime to really give it its due attention. I'll do this because I think if there's anything guppy related, I'm clearly going to take it. I have no idea what this does. I don't know that that was worth it, but whatever. Yeah, maybe. I might be able to rig two of them together. I think you can set it to show the item if I'm correct. I could be completely wrong. I haven't fiddled with my Stream Elements that much. Yeah, honestly, more than anything, what I really need is just the time to look at it. That's really it. That's the only thing really holding me back is just the time necessary to look at it. I didn't go back and get the... Oh, I hate me. It's so easy to get distracted. Because I was sitting here, like, thinking about, like, oh, yeah, how would I fix that? I didn't go back and get the little Solioli guy. That was a free item I left behind. What a dummy. I don't think it's gonna matter. That's frustrating. You always get some of those big airtight food containers. They're rodent-proof for sure. That's not a bad idea. I mean, like, again, this is not the kind of thing where, like, we don't have... Like, we had a shrew in our house for a little bit. But that, like, we don't have, like, a rodent problem. I'm just kind of trying to future-proof it a little bit, you know? I'm sure at some point we're gonna have issues if we just keep leaving loose food, even packaged food. If we just keep leaving loose food essentially on the ground. Anyway, I'm excited about the microplane because right now I'm using a box grater to do, like, lemon zest. I'm using a box grater to do nutmeg. And it works, it's completely functional, but I think something with a slightly smaller series of holes, of pores, is gonna give me the finer grate, the finer grind that I'm gonna want in my baked goods, in my eggnog, in my Swedish meatballs, whatever. Just reposting it. Do you have a good instant read thermometer? Since we're on the topic of kitchen gadgets, I'm glad that you reposted that, Great Jug, because I do have a sincere question. When I see people, for example, in the Traeger or in the oven or whatever, when I see people have that probe that seems to rest inside there are probes that you can put basically into the meat and then a cord just runs into the oven. That exists, right? Or am I imagining that? There's a part of me that's terrified I'm gonna basically melt some kitchen gadget and people are gonna go like, why did you do that? And I'm gonna be like, well, I was under the impression you could put it in the oven. And it's like, no, you dipshit, you can't just run it into the oven, it melts. And I'm like, well, I thought it wouldn't. Well, it does. I have one of those. That's what I use. I need one of those. I need one of those. I have 2 digital meat thermometers, but it's the kind of thing where I can't set it and forget it and monitor it outside the oven. Some ovens might crush the cable. Yeah, Wiccan sound. That is legitimately a kitchen gadget that piques my interest. How many points for you to shake your Laffy Taffy? If points is like a local colloquialism for money, then I'd say for you stripes like $100. I don't know what the Laffy Taffy dance looks like. It's higher for people who I know have money. But I'll let you in on the ground level, like a first time buyer's discount rate of $100. I'm just gonna take these. I don't have money. How much for me? You better make friends with somebody who's got money. There's probe thermometers for baking or grilling. There's also prick instant read thermometers for checking temps. See, I've got two of the outside. I've got 2 of the digital outside the oven. You know, pop it open, turn it on, stick it into the chicken or the steak or whatever. I don't have one of the ones that lives inside the stove. I don't have one that can live inside the stove. I've already spent too much money on stream today. I generally feel like most of you spend too much money on stream. But it's not, I'm not your financial planner. Spend responsibly, that's all I can tell you. It'd probably be a good one to put on Throne. Yeah, I'm down. Anybody can suggest it. You'd be doing me a huge favor, because it's a little much to say I got instantly overwhelmed, but I felt a little bit overwhelmed when I first started to look, because I have no idea what to look for. So I'm just I'm looking at all this stuff, you know, trying my best to figure out exactly what I've seen when I've seen the stuff that I've been impressed with. Search for meat probe, not thermometer. That might have been it. That might have been what was tripping me up. Ryan from Canada drops 20 bits and says, I don't want to flex too hard here, but I am spending too much on stream. Ryan from Canada, those are American pennies. You know what I mean? That's not your indestructible American, or that's not your indestructible Canadian fun money. Those are legitimate freedom coins. Slow your roll. That's like 37 maple leaves. That's like 1/8 of a cup of Tim Hortons. Oh, shit. That's true, yeah. Isn't it the same company that owns Burger King owns Timmy Hortons now? Hope your day's going well. I genuinely almost didn't stream today, and I mean, like, you know, the grown-up measuring stick for whether or not I'm having a good stream day has to be, you know, what was your revenue like? And I've made a lot of money today. That said, the reason I streamed today, like, I've made a lot of money all week, not to humble brag, but I've had a pretty incredible week for making money. So I could have pretty easily tapped out today and just been like, listen, between the boys being sick, between Amber getting her booster, between Amber finishing her semester, which she did, by the way, Amber's semester is done. Amber finishing her semester, Rory being sick, Grayson being sick, me having a, temperance, that one feels like it's good. Me having an allergic reaction to something in the house this week where my eyes were like raspberries for a little while. Grayson's too. He and I both got attacked by something inside this house and we don't know what it was. having blood work done, starting new blood pressure meds, getting 2 vaccines this week. Oh, 5 random pill effects. I'm probably okay.
The sun.
Having all this stuff go down in the same week, I feel like I would have been pretty justified going, you know what? I made some good money this week. I'm worn out. I think I'm gonna tap out and take a long Saturday off. I didn't, but I didn't do it because cashish. I did it because, might as well do this while I'm here. I did it because, frankly, I've had such a good time on stream recently. I've had a tremendous time on stream recently, and frankly, I knew that I was gonna sleep in, feel really good for a couple of minutes, and then be genuinely bummed out that I didn't stream. Because I've enjoyed... I can't believe I managed to pull that off. I've enjoyed the company of the community so much this week. It's been a legitimately very fun week of streaming. Like, content creation has been enjoyable this week. I don't know what's been different about it. Maybe it's just that the people who were about Halo were very about Halo. But I've had a really good time, and I knew I would be bummed out. Like around, I would hit lunchtime. I would sleep in, have a lazy cup of coffee, hit lunchtime, and have that feeling of like, oh god, what have I done? Why didn't I go to work today? So I'm really glad that I came to work today. Yeah, Vlad, I'm finally on some lisinopril. Hopefully it'll work. Even though I just started new jobs, give me a paid week off for Christmas like everyone else in the company gets. That's amazing, dude. It's such a nice change of pace. Whoops, I guess I should know I can't go in there. It's been such a nice change of pace to hear some stories come out about employers treating their employees well. Yeah, it's been a good week. I'm gone, enjoy the Zester. Othog, are you the one who grabbed the microplane? Thank you so much. I appreciate you being here. It's nice to see your name. Maybe Europe's rubbing off a bit finally. I think it's just the fact that we're seeing, like, the greatest labor organization that this country's seen in 50 or 60 years. Didn't know what it was, but I could afford it. I got, like, that's my thing too. Like, in Othog, don't feel obliged to stick around during this diatribe, but there's definitely a part of me that, like, maybe on my day off while I'm sitting on my in-laws' couch, I'll try to find stuff that can go on there that's more affordable for the average non-champion human. Because I can't help but feel like, you know, there's a couple of things on there. There's like a cutting board and the microplane. It's difficult to keep. It's such a first world problem. It's difficult to keep like $15 to $30 items on there because they get snatched up so fast. Like the high rollers will add those things to an order, just because once you're spending like $300 or $400 to meme out on the channel, what's adding another $20 item? Or you'll have people who will show up and go, shit, there's a $15 item on here. Everything else is $1,000 or $7,000 or $1 million or whatever. So that they have a tendency to get snatched up pretty quick. And Torrent, the pleasure's mine. Yeah, the last thing I want to do was, I don't want to say let people down. That feels too strong, but I feel like people would be let down if they showed up here expecting a Saturday stream, and I tapped out. Especially because the booster's not hitting me that bad. The second Pfizer shot put me on my ass for 2 days straight. I've got a headache. I got a headache today, but I got a headache and a sore arm, but that's about it. I'll make it a priority to find small stuff as well. There is a part of me that, like, I know that most people know that the gift list is essentially a dialogue between me and the people with more money than sense in this channel. But I also know that some people like to get in on it and do, you know, the occasional snack or the occasional gift for the boys or the, you know, or whatever. And I genuinely feel bad when the gift list has nothing in it but like $1,000 items, because I feel like it makes me look incredibly greedy. But it's also like very difficult to come up with meaningful, affordable suggestions. Like, I want to have the same enthusiasm for a $20 pickup as I do for a $1,000 pickup, because I don't want somebody to spend what could be a pretty significant amount of money to them. I don't want them to spend that on a gift and for me to be like, oh, cool, a microplane. Thanks. There's a $1,000 Traeger on there. When you come back, you feel like trying sometime, maybe. I don't ever want it to be like that. The microplane I'm genuinely excited about. I put that on there on purpose.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the
But yeah, I just don't ever want to hit that spot where I price people out of enjoying the memes here. Taffy, if you were to skip Saturdays, you'd be releasing my presence into the rest of Twitch. Do you want to be responsible for that? I most certainly do not. I shouldn't have done this. Do this. Just do that. CP tier 1, 27 months. Man, this gift list is so expensive. Kappa, take the resub though. I will, gleefully. Gleefully. Thank you, CP. I appreciate that. 2+ years of support. Gratefully received. So anywho, I don't know. Again, that's one of those inside baseball. I genuinely will only really have to talk about that with other streamers who are just like, how do you decide what goes on there? And I'm like, I don't know. What will people pay for and what gets people excited? Yeah, normally that's not a conversation I'd have with y'all, but you get it. This audience has a high Twitch IQ. It makes it very easy for me to have candid conversations with you. Can't believe I caught that one. Totally on purpose too. You know, it's probably done. I'm kind of curious what Tiny Planet would even do here. Do I Tiny Planet or do I? I'll get to see it on the comeback, right? I'll get to see it on the comeback. And then I can pick accordingly, I suppose. That's true, isn't it? So like, I'll do this, I'll turn around, Mom and Dad will yell at each other, but then I can go see what that other item was. I think so. I think that's right. I just have to make sure to go to the item room here.
It's gone. Just get over it.
It's gone. How can you have spent our savings?
Well, you see, there's this website called Throne. Oh, well. Don't call it a comeback. The problem is... Oh, I gave it up. There's no problem. Let's just take the full-on stat increase. I was gonna say the problem is Polaroid invincibility, but we don't have the Polaroid anymore, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just go. I think we're gonna win this pretty handily, if I do say so myself. Lads. Ugh. Oh, those don't count. Boy, we have a ton of flies. I don't regret taking Guppy's head, even though we never saw another Guppy item. I'm secretly grateful we didn't have any money to play on the fortune machine, because I, out of a sense of obligation, would do that.
Destructive and disturbed,
but I don't want to.
Like his father. Look at who he has to look up to. You're drunk again, aren't you?
Shut up, man! Shut up! You just keep pushing me like this. I'm leaving.
Good. Leave. We'll be fine without you. Abandon us like you abandoned yourself.
They sound fun. Anyone know what Best Taffy's favorite color is? I don't know that she really has one. She's into purples. I know she's not into pinks. She's into purples, she's into blues. It depends on what for. Whoops. It depends on what it's for. Ooh. That didn't work. That almost worked. There we go. Oh. Why would you come in here, Tap? What could possibly be in here that you'd want to accomplish? Just do this so we can walk through. Multiple tower cards, you say? I do like this tower card for the beast fight.
You need to repent. You need to confess your sins and become saved. Let his light inside you cleanse your soul.
You are insane. You are taking this too far. Can't you hear how you sound?
Pray with me. Pray for your salvation. Come, pray with us, Isaac.
Don't rope me into your bullshit, Mom. Don't involve me in your bullshit argument. Man. Stop. Just got whittled down. Oh, part of the reason I probably shouldn't have taken a red heart was because now the bed does nothing for me. Unless that's Hierophant. It is not. I got tagged up in that room, man. I either need a lot of red heart health or to somehow lose this red heart. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Bummer. Just that one room, man, just lining those up was difficult. Now we could get salvation in the form of soul hearts from this Tainted rock. Or just Hierophant could show up twice. And then we could get a Tears upgrade. Neat! What a room! That'll do. Old Brizzy hit me up for a throne code last night. The sexual meatball might be adding together a list of things for like him and Boomer and Beck.
Where are you going? Wait! We need you! Your son needs you!
I'm doing more harm than good. I just can't do this anymore. I'm sorry.
Please, please don't leave us!
I'm sorry, Isaac.
Oh, well, we'll do this. This is my last floor. Should probably just do it like that. And I'll leave here probably with a crystal ball. Will I though? Will I though? No, I won't. Justice. God, we're gonna have so many bombs. The whole second act with the beast fight is just gonna be bombs on bombs on bombs. I like how Throne lets you spread it out. Creators can chain and bite off one initial code. I mean, it's also us like it's also them putting the onus on us to only pick people we realistically can vouch for, right? Because if somebody comes in on your creator code and then is a gigantic pain in the ass for Throne, then it reflects back badly on you. I've definitely had some, like, no offense affiliates, but I've had some rando affiliates hit me up on Twitter who are just like, hey bro, I'm a content creator just like you. 40 followers. Can I get one of those codes? And I'm like, sorry bud, fresh out. Just finished shoveling 6 inches of snow off my driveway. Holy shit, am I out of shape. That activity could have been much of a workout. I got winded raking leaves in a drought. That would have moved them, but I used a rake, which should have made it easier, and just struggled. I'm gonna use chaos on the second form of Dogma. I have no desire, really, to put up with Dogma's let her rip. Oh, I dodged that poorly. I stream about an hour a month. Can I get one of those codes? Ryan from Canada drops another 20 American cents. It says, hey man, I'm a content creator just like you. Can you hook me up with that taffy? Look, I'm even spending absurd amounts of money on your stream. It's worrisome, yeah, the lack of impulse control that everyone seems to have today. Unconcerned for you, chat. Oh god, so fast. Ow. It blows my mind that anyone's bought anything from me. Guilt by association, man. That's why when people say, what did you do to make your community so lovey-dovey? All I can ever tell them is I got lucky enough to have the right community members show up to be a part of it. You're in the same boat now.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
You were smart and lucky enough to show up and be a part of, arguably one of the best Twitch chat communities on the platform. Come to think of it, Glitch has my address too. Glitch bought me muffins one time. Erica, tier 1, 8 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. It really does make me feel good to see people who have smaller subscription numbers. It'd make me apprehensive if every single resub that happened in here was in like the mid double digits. Against all odds, we're continuing to bring fresh blood into this place. You're not lucky you created that community. It's true, but I mean, I know a lot of nice people. I know a lot of nice people on Twitch who would be happy to take you from me in a heartbeat, chat. they didn't do anything wrong, but they don't have one high roller, let alone multiple, and a bunch of audience members who take like a weird, sense of ownership over memeing so hard that Twitch staff in San Francisco has to take notice of us, you know? I don't know exactly.
Yeah, you're weird.
I don't know exactly where I went right. And I don't know how to replicate it, but I am grateful for it.
Someday